There are people that that every time something bad happens in the news, they jump on that bandwagon and they get behind that group of people that are being wronged. There are a number of people that you probably know or have experienced that anytime somebody dies or gets sick, get on that bandwagon and they wear that as a badge of honor or an excuse for why they're not executing at a high level. Well, I'm just struggling because Johnny over here we found out he had cancer, and I'm just trying my best to support his family. And so how are you doing that?
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. This is your first time here. You have found Old Guys Still Rock, better known as OGSR. I am Blair Armstrong of Team Armstrong Coldwell Banker. I am a global luxury specialist in the world of residential real estate inside the world of the Coachella Valley, but I do have tentacles that reach all across the world. And then on my left, possibly your right, is a good friend and co-host. I hate saying that word. I've got to come up with a different word for that. Host, but co-founder, founder of this show, Brent Wright of Brent Wright Incorporated. Him and I have been friends, tied at the hip, do all that stuff, gone through battles together, ups and downs, all that stuff for almost 30 years now. But Brent Wright of Brent Wright Incorporated, he's located in beautiful Eugene, Oregon. Again, man with many different hats, from payroll companies to wellness centers to detail shops to body shops. Just started BustedTees.com with a conglomerate of other guys. He's just I don't know what you want to call that. There's a venture to that. We'll get into a little bit. But anyway, but again, as this guy just didn't fall into this over the course of a couple of years. It's been over 30 years that he's been working, taking on different businesses. When his bandwidth expands, he takes on another stuff into it, just keeps on spanning and really giving a great ripple effect to a lot of people. So with that long drawn out info or introduction, how are you doing, my dude? What is going on in Eugene, Oregon? I know you're really excited about this because you're a big sports fan, but football is about to start out there. That's a joke.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know.
I go back to what they say. So a couple things. One, it's in the Bible. Two, Marcus Aurelius talked about it. Epictetus talked about it. I probably butchered his name. The great Stoics all talk about is distract them with the games and they will be compliant.
Yeah, that is true. I'm very compliant in about a month.
Yep. And so I no offense to anybody, I think it's a complete waste of freaking time. It's a waste of my time and energy. Do I like to go to a good live football game? Yeah, every once in a while. I think it's cool to go and just see the energy. Do I like to go to a concert every once in a while? Sure, guilty as charged. But those people are not my heroes. Those people are not people that I give a lot of credit or credibility to. They're no different than you and I. They have a skill and they're getting paid for that skill. Good for them. Happy for them, but not anything that I need to really worry about for any length of time in particular. I just don't. It doesn't matter if it's, on one end of the spectrum, if it's sports, if it's concerts, if it's lectures, if it's, all those things. Again, my wife talks about a lot of this with our kids, everything in moderation.
Yeah. It's funny how people have a different mindset to it. My wife, her father played for Oregon back in the 60s. And so Chrissy and I met at Oregon years ago. But it's always, we wrap around Oregon football it starts talking about, in March, what's going to happen next year and season tickets and all this stuff. And we also have season hockey tickets out here. So I find it's not so much the sports. I find I look at it as a business aspect of how teams work together. What are they doing for motivation? How are these guys, when they're riding that winning winning wave, whatever that may be. How are they staying cohesive? What is the coach doing? How are they making adjustments when they're getting their booties handed to them? Those are the things I look at, which is probably a little bit more analytical, but I always look at that and I'm like, okay, how do I apply that? How do I use that in a story? Those are the things
So those things I completely agree with. You'll never get me on that. It's the professional sports.
yeah,
I believe those are all actors,
yeah,
in my opinion. I believe that thing is set to distract, disturb, disrupt our lives. So that way, again, one, we are compliant, but two, we become passionate about something besides things that are really important. I think that's the distraction. The kids, I'll support the kids all day long. College stuff, I get a little edgy with that. So here's why. I mean, you've probably watched the movie, and I can't remember the name of the movie, but it's a movie about a college coach that decides to start paying for his players and enticing his players with perks and things like that, and then gets caught by the NCAA and gets in trouble and all those things. That's what I'm talking about. That's when things start to lose their purity. That's when I become disenchanted with them.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Kid sports, total good supporter of kid sports. Local AYSO soccer, total good supporter of all that. Love to go watch those folks, and you're right, it does add a layer of education and team play and camaraderie and all those things. And it does apply to business and it does apply to life.
Yeah.
That I'm in true support of.
Yeah.
But when it becomes jaded, I become disenchanted.
Yeah. I hear you, man. I hear you. And that's why we're the yin and yang of podcast, man. It's just I like sports. You don't like sports. I like vacations. Your vacations last for 15 minutes and it's awesome.
Yeah. By the way, have you tried the new flavor? It's Screaming Freedom, but it tastes different. They changed the formulation.
I just got 2 cases yesterday because I'm getting someone I know. I'm not going to put her. Chrissy likes to have. She can't drink coffee anymore. Whatever it is, she likes to have the caffeine. It helps her out a lot. So she switched to Coke, and I'm like, let's try some First Form energy drinks. So I went to the store. Thank you, UFC and Anheuser-Busch, for partnering with First Form, getting that out there a lot easier. But I went and bought her Screaming Freedom, bought her the orange one and the grape one. Yeah, she did not like Screaming Freedom, but she did like the orange and the grape. So I just got 2 cases. That's weird
that she didn't like Screaming Freedom because the grape is very similar.
So
it just tastes like purple Screaming Freedom.
So I just ordered a case of orange and a case of grape. They just showed up yesterday. I'm very excited. I was going to take a picture of what my fridge looks like this morning because it's all lined up perfectly. You know, that typical peas are all lined up. Everything's in some. Anyway, so I haven't had the new Screaming Freedom. I actually haven't had the grape yet. So I'm very excited to have that today because I'm a little tie. But anyway, we are all over the board today.
Yeah.
But it's just fine. And if you guys, this is your first time here, usually we have a topic we get into, but if it's your first time here, you can find us on YouTube, iHeart Music, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Spotify. The list goes on. We typically post this on Instagram and Facebook, and then we have links on the side of I give you our website, and we have links on the side where you can find our channel. So if you haven't done so yet, subscribe to one of those, whatever your platform may be. Hit the subscribe button, and so when we get these new episodes out, you're notified of the new episode. But so, brother,
speaking of episodes, what episode are we on? Amen,
111,
brother.
baby. Just like the major highway that runs through the Coachella Valley, Highway 111. We are in episode 111 today. We are really good, and we are going to talk about one of our little pet peeves today, which some of you, I'm sure that who listen to this understand what we're going to talk about today. But I know some people, and I think that you do too, but I know some people that they complain when they're bored, and then all of a sudden people reach out to them like, hey, can you do this for me? All of a sudden they're super busy. They're like, I'm so busy. I just don't know what to do. And I'm like, it's your job to be busy. So I don't understand it. It drives me crazy. I know you and I are an anomaly for most of the people in that are around us. Little things set us off, but our standards are a lot different. A lot of our listeners their standards are different because they're expecting more. How do I become better? And that's what I love about our listeners and our followers. They're always like, I want to be better. This is what we're doing. How do I get over this? So for the people that surround our listeners and our followers, this is going to help you get through this badge of honor, if you may, about complaining. So
Yeah, so I wrote down the subject: people that wear excuses like they are a badge of honor. That's our subject.
Yeah. And it's just so, I'm in an industry that we have to be, everybody's in the same industry, kissing hands or, kissing babies, shaking hands, kissing babies.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to be top of mind awareness. So you build this following, you build, your reputation, the go-to guys, a resource center, and you get people that, yeah, I'm going to do that too. That's what I want to do. And then they get that and everyone's calling them at all hours a day. And they're like, oh my God, I'm just so busy. Do you not want to be as busy? I don't get that. Are you around people like that?
Yeah, I really struggle with this one because I've proven it to myself over and over that my excuses are just BS. Try doing 75 hard. You did the Live Hard program. Everybody says, I don't know when I would find time for that. You have to make time. You have to schedule it. You have to figure it out. I try not to, but seemingly always end up surrounded by people that don't live by a schedule or by a calendar. They think it's odd that I do. They think it's odd that our family does, that we live by a calendar or a schedule. If it's not on the calendar, it doesn't happen. And they find that stressful. They find that unrewarding, an opportunity for failure. I've heard all the things. It's very interesting because those people are the people that typically struggle with a lot of things in their life. They struggle with consistency. They struggle with I'm going to get around to it. You remember those little wooden nickel looking things that said round to it on it? Every time I say that, it reminds me of those things back in the day. I'm going to get around to it. Here you go. Here's another round to it. That's an old guy still rock thing, right? So
yeah. I'll get around to it.
I'll get around to it. Oh man, this is a very debilitating subject for me because I just find myself not wanting to deal with it, not wanting to tolerate it. And I know that pushes my emotional intelligence to the extreme. The other thing that is really a struggle for me is dealing with certain age groups that feel like everything needs to be validated. Every action needs to be validated. Man, you did such a good job at that. No, it's your base job description.
Mm.
If you're doing your base job description, you don't get pats on the back. You shouldn't get kudos for doing your base job description. No different than tipping. Tipping is designed, I don't know if you guys understand how tipping works. It isn't a reward just for showing up at the table and saying, what do you need? Well, I came to a restaurant. What do you think I need? Food, water, drink. That's bare minimum. And if you bring me food, water, and drink, you did your bare minimum job. If you bring me food, water, and drink in an exceptional time frame, and you're kind, and you smile, and my glass is never empty, and you're picking up my dishes as soon as I'm done with it, now we have something to talk about. Now we have a tippable situation.
Yeah, you said something that I really, it's becoming like I showed up, so you should pay me. We've seen a lot of these viral videos too, and it's like these guys who come and deliver food for Grubhub or whatever, and
yeah,
they have meltdowns because on the app, it doesn't show that they're going to tip out. And so but it shouldn't be an expectation. But if you go ahead and go above beyond, Chrissy and I went out and had a little date night the other night, last week. And we went out and our waiter was like freaking sarcastic funny, man. And it was just like right up her alley. And he said something. She said like, God, you took so long to get here. He was like Johnny on the spot. Had waters and brought us bread and all that stuff just all on the spot. And she's like, God, I wish you'd come a little bit faster. He goes, I'll get the manager.
Yeah.
Jokingly. And I'm like, okay, this guy's money, right? So he just is like, so we were playing off each other and we had a cocktail and he brought it out, did some different things and was really knowledgeable about she likes oysters and was really knowledgeable about the oysters that came out. Sharing this story for you. First of all, above and beyond, knew exactly where they're coming to it, how they're going to be presented. So he basically painted a picture, a story, right? We always say, stories sell, facts tell, right? B&I thing.
Yep.
But anyway, he was just Johnny on the spot. He just is so funny. And he comes over, like drops off another drink for us. And he goes, like fake sweating, right? He had a towel in his hand, patting out. I was like, you get tired coming over here all the time. Hope you don't come back to my manager. But that was just like, he's having fun, right? And that was like, so great tip. I think we were 30% on it. It's just because it was an experience and you do those different things. When you have that experience, you pay for it. It wasn't an expectation.
He tapped into your feelings, right? And he made you feel
right
in a way that was rewarding to you.
Right.
Right.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you pay a premium. I just, again, going back to it's a badge of honor. He could literally go up like, you showed up in my section. What do you want? You should be happy.
I'll bring it on my time and you'll deal with it. You
should be happy that I came to your table.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever it may be. We just took a client yesterday out, looked at a bunch of houses, and to the point, this situation we have.
Do you still drive clients around in your vehicle?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. 100%. See, the last couple of houses I bought, they're like, hey, I'll meet you over there at 3.
No, I'll ask them, like, I want to come pick you up. Now, some are like, oh, we want to drive on our own. Like, oh, that's one thing. But I like to have them in there because we discuss, here's what we go to. And then after.
It's an experience.
Well, after the house, we talk about the things we like or don't like. And I have, You
mean not in front of the Ring camera? Like some of those?
Not for the house. There's cameras inside the house now with mics. I'm like, I tell everybody when we go in, no matter how it looks like, say your comments before we go back in the car. Oh, this is cute. I would do this. Yeah, this is nice. Okay, well, yeah, I'm not a big. I mean, if there's views or something like that, it's I just don't like that. But we don't rip apart a house if we don't like it in front of everybody because it's a lot. But anyway, the point I was trying to make. So yeah, we take our clients around. We went and saw this one house, and this guy who is a realtor with the one house sat in this person's couch. He's the guy that's selling the house. And this is what I train. If you're in the Coachella Valley and you're a real estate agent and you want to become, if you want to be a part of a team and you want some training and you want some things, how to figure out to get better, come join our team. That is a plug. But what I'm trying to get at is you have people that get listings of properties and they go in and they know nothing about the house. And that drives me absolutely insane. Or put a lockbox on a house. Now, other people will say, well, Blair, I can't be in a bunch of different places. Well, then build your business to where you can be in that part. One of our claims to fame is no matter what the listing, no matter where it is, we do not put lockboxes on there. And our client who's selling the house goes, why not? And I said, because my job is to sell your house. I can't depend on somebody that walks into your house and expect to know all the nuances, the things that are surrounding it, the things that you've done to it, so on and so forth. So it is a better opportunity for me to be there. Does it take time out of my day? Do I have to adjust my schedule because someone wants to go see a house in 2 hours? Yes, but that's my job. Do I get a badge of honor? No. When do I get my badge of honor? When the check is in the bank. And I'm going off a long tangent, but I had this guy, seasoned agent, sitting on the couch and talking to us with his sunglasses on inside.
Mm.
And I'm like, thank God I know the property really, really well, because I went in as, okay, you can do, I've sold these, a couple of these units. You can do this, 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 and this to it. But tell us you have to be there and want to tell us about the property, but you sit on the couch like we should be glorified. We should glorify you that you're there. And those are the things that I'm talking about, is like, you just become, not everybody, but there's a lot of people, and it seems like the minority is always the loudest or the brightest in the room. And I don't understand why. Maybe it just drives us crazy. But when you're coming to a place of business, when you're coming to a place, go above and beyond. I'm bringing you a client. Help me sell this client a house. Tell them about the cool things. This is what we can do. This is that. Instead of just sitting back there, the bathroom's in the back, the room's over here.
Bare minimum. Bare minimum.
I'm like, why are you here?
I showed up.
I could have done this, dude. Well, I had to be here because there's expensive stuff in here. I'm like, whatever. I'm not complaining at all. I'm just saying, it's like, I think a lot of us go through this. It's like, we have desensitized experiences anymore. And it's just okay. And what you said about tipping, we just tip just because we don't want to be the a-hole that doesn't tip. But and maybe that person's having a bad day, but there's also a way that you as a person.
So when I notice somebody's having a bad day, that's when I'll try to uplift them, and I will tip them. You don't know what they're going through.
Right.
That's a different story.
Yeah.
Right. But just to show up, barely do anything, barely bring your food, have other people bring your food. Mm-hmm. So you've been to fine restaurants before, really nice stuff. We went to one last time I was in LA, really great steakhouse. It's very well known, and other people would bring the food out, and our waiter would then show up and he would present it, have them present. And he's like, is this what you ordered? Yes. Does this look acceptable to you? Yes. Do you want to check the steak before I leave the table? Sure. That'd be great. What do you think of the presentation? I think that's amazing. I think you guys did a great job. Perfect. We will all go back and we'll let the chef and his staff know that you find our food and our presentation acceptable. Can we do that for you? Right? That is exceptional service. Mm-hmm. He could have just had somebody bring our steak, drop it on the plate, bring it out, and walk away and never ask a question. That is a struggle for me. And then here's our subject where it comes in. Well, I did my job. Pat me on the back. I showed up. Pat me on the back. I've had a hard day. Pat me on the back. I did what you asked me to do. Pat me on the back. I don't good game anybody just because you show up. Back to your sports analogy. It's a debilitating thing to be around people like that for me. I had an acquaintance that I used to spend time with every once in a while. We were put together in certain situations, certain circumstances, and all he would do is try to one-up you on how crappy his life was and how crappy his day was and how many people wronged. So if you said, man, I'm just struggling the other day, had a hard day, couldn't make this customer happy, tried this. What do you think? What would you have done in that situation?
Good talking to you.
No. Well, I had a customer the other day that just did this and this and this, and it was worse than yours. He just tries to one up you on everything. There was no conversation. Like if I called you and I said, hey, I'm really struggling with this client, and you're like, well, have you tried this? Have you tried this? Maybe try this. Well, I don't know. Maybe ask them this. You're trying to be helpful, solve the problem, give me kudos, give me not kudos, but give me different ideas to try to eliminate or alleviate the issue or the problem that we're having, right? Not this guy. This guy's like, well, my customer was twice as bad as yours. And he wore pain and suffering as a badge of honor. There are people that that every time something bad happens in the news, they jump on that bandwagon and they get behind that group of people that are being wronged. there are a number of people that you probably know or have experienced that anytime somebody dies or gets sick, get on that bandwagon. And then they wear that as a badge of honor or an excuse for why they're not executing at a high level. Well, I'm just struggling because Johnny over here, we found out he had cancer, and I'm just trying my best to support his family. So how are you doing that?
Yeah.
How? Let's look at the how. So are you just commenting on all their Facebook and Instagram posts, or are you actually showing up at Johnny's house and cooking them meals? Right? Are you mowing their lawn? Are you washing their car? Are you schlepping their family over around to medical appointments? Did you pay for something that the Johnny's family needed? That I would be happy to engage with you. But just every time a new thing comes up, it's like they feed on the chaos, other people's chaos. They feed on stress. They don't have enough in their life. So they have to feed on other stuff. And I just really struggle with that. Like we talked about this last time. I get to wake up in America and I get to walk out onto a street where there's no AK-47.
Yeah, God, dude, that's just so good. So a couple episodes, I believe it's episode number 109, maybe 108. It's called Build Your Kingdom. And this is really going to go back to, and everything kind of leads up to, and last week we talked about, do you trust me and all these things, and I get to, so these last really 4 episodes kind of coincide with each other and really spill in today. But you said something too, is you chase this chaos. Some people, now again, so some people do this. If you have a friend or if you have a family member to do this and it drives you crazy, which maybe you were a part of it too, and you caught yourself and so whatever, but whatever it is, we do have these people that chase a headline and throw a grenade to see what happens and act like they're their martyr out of this whole situation. But in the meantime, they're stuck behind the gates of a country club or live in a 4,000 square foot house and really not doing anything about it. But that's their badge of honor. I told Facebook, and I'm so disgusted with the administration. Like what? And I'll be honest with you. There was a point in time, I've gotten better with it. It still irritates me a little bit, but I put myself in it, and I'm like, there's no point of it. At the end of the day, it's stupid just to wrap yourself or get mad about, well, this person doesn't know this, and this, and whatever thing that they're getting wrapped up in. But to wear that like you are getting beat up, segregated, mistreated, and you go lay your head on a pillow of 15,000 thread count and you wake up in the morning just to go chase it, dude, you are not doing anything that gives you a badge, or chick, whatever is doing this. If you are not helping the solution, if you're not starting a nonprofit, if you're not in the mix of it, trying to raise money to help whatever situation that you're really distraught about, you get no badge. There is no second place trophy. Maybe that's what happened, dude. Maybe all these 5th place trophies are
They're participation trophy kids,
participation trophies. Like I told all those people I told all those bots on Facebook and Instagram what I really think. I win.
Yeah.
And it's still a problem. So are we solving a problem on this podcast? I think so. I hope. The comments that we have, do we have 1 million followers that we're paid for? No, but we have people that we know that we're making a difference per episode. And if it's just one person, that's a difference, right?
Well, that's 111 people,
right?
That we've helped. If it's just one per episode, it's 111 people. That makes me feel like we're actually making it an active difference, and I'm happy. I'm happy with that result. Would it be cool if we had 30,000 followers and people engaging? Be super sweet. Yeah. I wouldn't turn it down in any way, shape, or form. Speaking of which, do we have any comments or questions from last time?
I don't have my phone with me, but yeah. Andy, we're going to get you next time. Andy, she's always great about commenting on there. So
is she on YouTube or where's she at?
She's on YouTube. She had one a couple weeks ago. She was at work and dissecting our show. She's just awesome. Just different comments for her. So, but yeah, you know, those are the guys. We know that we got on our shorts. We get really good views through YouTube. We probably have anywhere. I think the most we've had were 15,000 views on shorts within. Not 15,000, excuse me, 1,500. I apologize for that. But typically, so we know that we're touching people in a different way to give them different mindsets. And I'll get people randomly. I just had lady come up to me where we're having lunch at the club yesterday. She's like, doing a really good job. Keep it up. Doesn't subscribe, but she watches our show. So I'm good with that, right? You know, like, and she was seasoned in life. She was a little bit older. She goes, don't stop what you're doing. You're really doing those stuff. So our job, realistically, my job, and I feel my wheelhouse, what God gave me and my badge of honor, which I don't like to celebrate very much about it. My badge of honor is to share resources, to be a resource for somebody, to bring people together, to kind of be the mayor. But I'm not up there jumping up and down talking about, oh my God. You know, I know we just gave numbers here, so I don't want to feel like this is a contradiction. I'm just talking is we're making a concerted effort to share information that is beneficial to a community, and we love it. Then we get views because I look at it as it's not a badge of honor. It is like we made an impact today. My impact with Palm Springs Animal Shelter, probably do a clip once every other week. It's making an impact for someone to go ahead and adopting a pet or becoming a stuff like that. So am I going to get anything from Palm Springs Animal Shelter? No. Do I care? No. But I know somewhere along down the line that a pet is going to get adopted or someone is going to become a part of it. And that's awesome. It's something good that helps the community.
Yeah.
You know, so those are the things, I guess, is this expectation. That's my job, is to be a God put you, Brent, and I, and all of our listeners and all of our followers out there to do one job, and that is to make a difference, as what you will say at the end of the show, is to make a difference every single day. That is our standard. Sometimes you give a little bit more. Sometimes you give it a little less. It's not going to make you better than another person, and it's not going to make you less than another person. Wear your badge. If there's a celebration to be had, celebrate it with your family for a little bit. But it doesn't have to say like, I did this. It's exactly what you're here for. Of course you did this. So.
Yeah, so back to our communication discussion a few weeks ago with all the ways to communicate, the electronic communication, it seems that people get super frustrated with me because I'm very dry. If somebody says, hey, I emailed you that form, cool. Thank you. That's it. Thank you. Like there's no like great job, like a whole paragraph on feedback on the job that I did and sending you that. Like I get called out a ton by different demographics for not expanding and being more personable, is what it's labeled as, because I don't thank them kindly and profusely for every simple action that is created in our interaction. What say you?
I think, yeah, you know, we go back to, I will actually go back and watch the episode, but it just goes back to that just because someone is not who you are doesn't mean, I don't really how to say that very
Doesn't
much.
mean they're a bad person or
It's
they
not
have
a bad
ill intent or
yeah, I mean, like, okay, this is the way that they communicate. We talked about that, the differences on there. There is here's your form, doing some stuff for different things. There's expectations in there. I don't want to get away from the badge of honor thing, but it is to a standard of.
well, they're expecting a badge of honor because they just responded to a piece of communication.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, like, hey, I responded to that. Awesome.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good for me. Good for all of us. I don't need to be, thank you. You're so great at what you do. I really appreciate all that you've done. I mean, that's needed sometimes, but I think it's overdone. It's like the people that say, love you when you get off the phone with them. that drives me insane. I just can't stand that. It's I just feel like it's a habit formed response.
Yeah.
And it's not genuine.
There's yes and no. I think there's a mindset to this, and I Chrissy will say that to me, and it is we don't know what's going to be next. So if those are our last words, those are our last words.
So take the time to say, I love you and I appreciate you.
Instead of just love you, is that what you're saying? Instead
Love
of
you,
being
click. It's habit.
abbreviated.
It's habit. It's
Yeah.
hitting the easy button. We talked about the easy button 2 or 3 times on this podcast.
That makes sense. I'm down with that.
If somebody says
that was so my comment was more of a clarification. Like, I hear you. Like,
if somebody says, "I really love you," that I can.
Right.
If they say "love you" and get off the phone, don't even waste your time.
Yeah, love you, bye.
Yeah,
love you, bye.
It's a habit. It's like everybody saying "hot minute" lately. I just want to stab myself in the hand every time I hear that.
What did you just?
Everybody says it hasn't happened in a minute, or it hasn't happened in a hot minute, or something like. I just want to take my pen and
the temperature is hot in society right now. I get it, man. It's
like you're just following along like the lemmings.
Everybody wants to be seen
off the cliff.
Yeah. Everybody wants to be seen. Everybody has to I did this, and that. And I think, what I've heard really a lot lately, dude, is you and I have always been in this spot, is that circles are getting smaller. It's not so much about quantity. It's about quality with friendships, with conversations. Amen. And it's just, dude, I don't know if it's because I'm getting older, but I seem to have a lot of those conversations last night, just these people that I massively respect and admire just for their accomplishments. There's I'm just getting to a point that I'm going to be with people that we can have in-depth conversations, and it doesn't have to be a facade. And and I I do have friends. I have a lot of these people say I do have friends. It's just it's the same thing that we talked about. So again, not to stem away from the badge of honor to it, but it is to be if I talk to you, when I talk to you, once in a while you reach out to me, and once in a while I'll reach out to you. Hey brother, I freaking love you, man. Thank you for being in my life, type of thing. Those times when we text each other, you might call me and say that, whatever.
Yep.
I know McCumber and I have that type of relationship. There's a couple guys that I have that you just reach out once in a while, dude, I just been thinking about you, and I hope all is good. I love you, buddy. If you need me, let me know. And that's out, right? You just, when you get that calling, that's a badge of honor you should celebrate. When you get that calling inside of you, you know it. Everyone knows that feeling. And that's a badge of honor that you should celebrate. We talked about this too, is it's about you. It's not about what other people see. Your badge of honor, and maybe this is coming into full circle of stuff and why we talk shit out here, is that your badge of honor doesn't need to be worn on your lapel of your shirt, but it needs to be
sleeve.
Or on your sleeve. It needs to be worn in your heart. What is your badge of honor? How is your badge of honor glorifying your heart and your soul that's inside of you and growing you? And why are you asking for a return when we've always been taught give with no exception of return? Have you guys, and this is a question, this is not a question to you, this is a question to our audience and our followers. Have we gotten to a point that everything that we see that's oh, I did this, or I, have this part, and I did this, and you're trying to keep up with them, when you know that those guys that are glorifying their badge of honor are so incredibly empty, they're just trying to fill that void that's inside their soul?
Well, they're looking for something to feed their ego, is the bottom line.
Right.
It's like the last word people.
Yeah.
You say, have a great day. They're like, yep, bye. You're like, take care of yourself. Yep, you too. All right. Tell your wife I said hi. Will do. Okay. So How long does it take to get off of a conversation?
Man.
Just take the compliment and leave
It's got to
the
be
building.
there's got to be a Seinfeld episode in that, right?
I feel like it. So, like, I'm on a lot of Teams meetings, a lot of Zoom meetings,
Yeah.
and everybody stays. They want to be the last person off. Like, it's a badge of honor. Like, they said all the things to everybody, and they said goodbye, and they waved, and they were heartfelt in their exit. What?
Yeah.
If the meeting's supposed to be over at 12:30 and we all said our goodbyes one time and I click out and then I get a message, "Hey, is something wrong with you? Are you upset? You clicked out of that meeting real fast." It was over. Do we need to celebrate that the meeting's over? Do we all get a participation trophy later? Do we get a star on the board? Are we in third grade? Like, this is what I'm talking about. This is what we were talking about before.
Yeah. When you're, yeah. You guys, and this may come off, and Brent and I will go on these chants. It's your first time here, but rants on, not chants, but go on rants. And it's not that we're bitching. It's just like, we know that so much of this, society is becoming more and more suffocated. And I know that all of you guys that watch us know this and stuff like this. So we voice it out there. We're the ones that are saying what you're saying behind closed doors. And we say the stuff that we say because we know that you relate to it, and we can joke about it. We can talk it out and figure it out and doing some different things. But understand, and maybe you guys do understand this, knowing that just because someone has a way of life, it's not in any way, form supposed to direct your way of life. Your life is your life. Your personality is your personality. And if you don't understand someone's personality and it irritates you, your job is to figure out who they are, get to know them. You don't want to invest in that time, which we talked about a while back. If you don't want to invest in that person to know about it, don't bitch about it. I mean, just because you're maybe you're the over the top person, maybe you're the over giver person. If you are that person, understand that, but do not have expectations that you're going to get that in return, because that person, as Brent said, it's not in their DNA, which is okay. And they will reciprocate in different forms that works for them.
So, watching a Gary Vee episode the other day, and he said society is going to get so broken and so disconnected that people will chase human interaction so much that there will be people that you can hire to walk with you and talk with. And it's already happening in other places in the world.
Yeah.
They need validation so much from other people that they hire people to walk with them and talk with them and say nice things to them. And that's what I'm talking about badge of honor, participation trophies, and things like that. I don't want to come off as just this condescending person who's just irritated with the world and irritated with people. I'm struggling with the amount of validation that we are needing as a society to feel whole as a human being. And we're not counting our blessings on a daily basis.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's so good. And it goes back to what we talked about here on this episode too, is, that's what we always see in front of our face, is constant validation subliminally that is shoved in our face every single day. And people feel like they should get the same thing because they're doing more than that's what is shoved in their face through social media, through reality TV, through movies, whatever it is, right? Yep. I want to be the Superman, and I'm going to do this, this, and this. And why am I not getting a ticker tape parade? I did this, and this, and this. Like, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. Trust me, guys. We see you, we feel you, we know what you're doing. But take that energy that you're fighting for, the validation, either being a keyboard warrior or posting some BS on the whatever, or
put it towards something real and tangible.
Yeah. Listen, when we say this, and Brent and I mean this full for, I don't care where you live in this world. If you are making an impact and you want to go ahead and share your badge of honor, come on our show. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what you're doing. Is it a nonprofit? Is it a business? Is it something that you have a, whatever it may be, a cancer walk or something like that, whatever. And like, hey, I'm super passionate about this. I want to kind of build this. Let's get on here and let's talk about it and share it, because that's going to make an impact. And that'll be your badge of honor, that you don't have to. I understand when you go out here and say this, it's not so much promoting, is you're making an impact. You're taking your energy and impacting society by putting these things together. And we want to support that type of a person, that type of business, that type of organization that's making an impact, instead of, I'm so busy.
Yeah.
And well, yeah, I came to work today and I'm the top salesman. Well,
Yep.
cool, because that's your job, is to be a salesman, right?
Exactly.
Well, awesome.
That's what your job description is. Go do your job description. If you sell, if your base is to sell 5 a week,
yeah,
and you sell 10, we're going to celebrate you.
we're gonna celebrate you. Yeah.
But if you sell 5, no celebration.
It's your expectation.
To the point that literally, when you type congratulations on most pieces of communication apps, even Google and Outlook do it, it goes poo and shoots up
Yeah. Yeah.
the little
yeah,
things now, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody gets celebrated when they just type congratulations.
So wrapping this up, dude, we are approaching our Joe Rogan hour, trying to keep up with Andy Frisella. Anyway, any final words from you? I think that we kind of, I know that we kind of beat this up a little bit, but guys, it's not that, again, I want to say that we're not complaining on here, but let's all come together and raise our standard. We're holding ourselves accountable when we talk about this stuff. Yeah, we're going to hold you accountable. If you don't like us holding you accountable, then sorry, just maybe not, whatever. I'm not going to say that I don't want to call you out, but if you're struggling trying to be better and you're expecting people to recognize you for it, get over yourself, and then you find out that you're actually going to be recognized more once you do sit there and promote yourself.
Yeah.
I know that works for me a lot.
100%.
So, final words.
Really, truly dissect what we're trying to say. Just don't feel like we're on here whining and complaining about people and the people we interact with. These subjects come from our heartfelt interactions, our heartfelt discussions, and a thing that would possibly make our lives better, our meaning inclusively in those people that we're interacting with. And we're just trying to change the world and make it a better place. And so with that, as always, go make a damn difference for you and your family and your community. And let us know how we can help you with, because we are here to serve.
Yeah. All right, guys. Yeah. Good episode today. I'm just really grateful for all of you. Keep following us, keep leaving us comments, keep making a damn difference, as Brent says. And hang that badge of honor inside your body. Let it fill your soul. Let it fill your heart. I promise you, it will make you a better. It may be hard at first, but just keep putting it on there every day, every day, every day, every day. And just one more day, I'm going to put my badge of honor on my heart today. Okay, good. And then the next day, the same thing, starting at 0 every day. But we love you guys. We thank you so much for support. I don't know how the hell we got to episode 111, but we did. And grateful we get to do this every freaking week. So stay safe. Stay safe. Wow, let's try this again. Stay safe, but most of all, God bless. We'll see you guys next week. Have a great week. You'll make a damn difference, as Brent says. Take care.